another chapter I'm going to start that is about the research method based secondary data. Because we know that there are two types of the data, secondary data and the primary data. In this one, we are going to discuss the second data. One interesting thing about the second data is that it means taking a sip from the someone else's cup. But someone is taking a cup of tea and suddenly you are asking, okay, give me a sip from this cup. So this is also possible. That this is the secondary data. And then second data are we sometimes we can call also the historical data is a which has been acquired through the research or any other effort in the past and for another purpose. So now second data, in simply we can say that this data have been collected by someone else for another purpose, and you are using that data for your own purpose. So in other term, another definition of this one is a second data. It is a published data. So simply that data which has not been collected by you, it is called a second data. That data which has been collected by you, it is called primary data. So here we are talking about the secondary data. Depending on the secondary data needed, there may be numerous sources of acquiring this data. There are different, various sources are there to collect the data, secondary data especially. Several sources are there. And then advantages of the second data pool of already existing data is very easy. Data is already available on the website. Just go and visit that website and download the data and then use it in your own use. Cost effective because if you compare this one, the cost of the second data with the primary data, this is much more effective than the primary data. Sometimes primary data is very much costly and this data is very cheap. And the quick availability, because someone has already gathered this data and you are not required to collect the data by yourself. That's time, the most of the time it is available. Whenever you want, you can download it, you can use it all the time, it is available. Once the data has been collected, now then this data is always available. And then no need for designing the undertaking a research study. In this regard, there is no research study is required because the early data is available. That's why no sampling size, nothing is can be done over there because the data is already available. Collecting primary data may not be feasible because of the privacy issue. Because when you are going to collect the data, that means the respondent, they are going to compromise their privacy, because sometimes they may be required to share their privacy with you guys. Whenever you're asking some questions from them, the definite respondent have to answer them, and while answering these questions, they may be required to compromise or share their privacy with you people. So that's why it is it is a problem with the primary data, but it's not a problem with the second data. So that's why the most of the time second data does not affect your privacy. Many different sources are available for the second data. Countless sources are there of the second data. This is another advantage of the secondary data. So all these are the advantages of the secondary data, and then disadvantages are there. Keep in your mind, there's nothing in the world which has only the advantages, and nothing in the world which is only has the disadvantages. There is a mixture of the things. Relevance for the researcher, most sometimes it is not relevant with your research. So it is a problem. In case of the second data, it is a highly relevant because you are going to collect the data for your own objective. So here it is a general data, and sometimes some part of the data or the whole data, quarter of the data may be relevant or may be irrelevant. Does the data apply a target population? That means that the population which is under your target, do you think that your population is representing, your data is representing that population or someone else? Time frame consistent with the researchers requires that means the like the sometime the data is available and that data is now outdated data. For example, I've introduced a new another database, Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. In that one, the data is available over there. When I wanted to download the data of the Pakistan from it, say that the data has become now outdated because The Pakistan's data is available up to the 2013. If you want to use that data right now, it means it is the 7 years old data. So now that means in the most cases, that means this data is now outdated data because it has nothing with the current situation which is prevailing in Pakistan. So many variations, so many changes have emerged in the Pakistan. That's why the response of the respondent at that time is definitely changed, fully changed from the behavior of the people right now. So that's why the outdatedness is also an issue with the secondary data. Variation in terms of the definition of the term. So sometimes the terms which are using, their definition may be changed from now. The definition of the term may be change whatever the term which are defining in your own way, the maybe the same definition may not be available there. So again, it's another problem. Definition of different units of measurement are there. We are measuring the particular thing in one unit, another person is measuring the same thing in another unit. This is also disadvantage. Verification of data accuracy. Now, how you can verify the data is accurate or not? Again, it's a problem. That means accuracy of data is a big issue in that one thing. Most of the databases are available, and some are they means that accurate for us, and on which we can depend, and some are inaccurate. And the reputation of data collecting edge organization in research design rules may not be good. Sometimes, for example, Pakistani institutes are there, Department of Government of Pakistan. So most of the time, the people they not rely on their secondary data. The secondary data is also available on statistic government department, government of Pakistan, government of Sindh, but the people they are not relying on their facts and figure on their data. But the people they are relying the data which has been collected by the United Nations, Asian Bank, IMF, whatever data say they are providing on their they means a website, so the people consider more they means accurate than that data which has been collected by the Pakistan institutes. This is also a problem. And then evaluating second data, how we can evaluate the second data that either it is used accurate data or not. Does the data help answer the question set out in the problem definition? Now, the problem definition, definitely you have to define your problem, and after defining your problem, there may be certain like the questions. Do you think that this data is providing the answers of all these questions which are in your mind? If yes, you can go here. But if not, then do not carry out the research because the second data is not relevant with your problem definition. With your problem are the questions which are there. If it is relevant, then the data, do the data apply the time period of the interest. As I gave you example about the GEM data, that you are collecting the GEM data in the 2012 and you are using the 2012 data right now. So now this data is absolute data. So now time period does not allow you to use this data. If this is the case, then no, and it cannot be worked. If this is the case in both other cases, then we cannot work on this data. Like here, it is this arrow is pointing toward this. This is a sign. It means that you cannot carry out that anything. And this one also going here. If these are the cases, then this is the problem. In both cases, we are not allowed they means to carry to use the secondary data. And do the data apply the population of interest? Okay, now your population of interest is there. Do you think the data has been collected from the area in which your population is living, or the population of interest? Yeah, do you think the data which has been collected by someone else, that is representing your population or not? Again, no, then you can go, cannot be carried out. Okay, and do this that other terms are variable classification president to apply to project. I mean, the terms which has been used and the variables which are there. Do you think that these variables are relevant with your research? If they are relevant with your research, okay, they're fine. If no, if they are not relevant, then again the same conclusion that the data cannot be worked. And are the units of measurement, if these are also not similar, then again the answer is there, the no, data cannot be worked. And if yes, if you want to yes, okay, then we should go on the next slide. In the next slide, are unit of measurement computable? Yes. If possible, go to the original data source. If it is possible, then again it's good thing. If the cost of data acquisition worth it. Now here the problem is that the uh, cost and benefit analysis. Now definitely you should keep in your mind that acquiring the data is not free from the cost. You may be required to pay some cost to download the second data from the website. So in this condition, do you think that its cost is more than its benefit? If the cost is more than benefit, then again it is useless to go ahead. But if the cost is less than its benefit, then it is the worthwhile, and the project can be carried out, because here the benefit is more than the cost. And then if the cost is more than its like the benefit, then we should stop here. And then if is there any possibility of the biasness? If there is a biasness in that one, then we must stop. If there is no any biasness, then definitely we can do. You know that the biasness is a very important problem. Can accuracy of data collection can be can you verify that the accuracy of the data collection methods? If yes, then okay, then you can go and use the data. If you cannot verify the data, originality of the data, accuracy of the data, then you should not carry out that research. And then inaccurate or unsure data is there. So in all these conditions, if there is no answer, then you cannot carry out. If the answer is yes, then. So now all these are the steps to evaluate your data by yourself. And when you are going to evaluate your data and you are getting the what if the results, that means the replies are there, then okay, otherwise the data should not be used. Okay, and even if you are using data worth the risk, if there's some risk is involved in the data, then you should not use. If there is no any risk in your data, then you may use it. So this is all about how we can evaluate the secondary data. Fact finding is another one. Fact finding is about collecting the secondary or descriptive data with a view to obtaining insight which can assist decision making. In this one, like some example of macroeconomic data of Pakistan, global oil price, FDI in China over the period of the 2000 to 2005, Indo-Pakistan trade statistics, salary structure across the 10 selected industries. So in this one, now if you want to find out the detail about all these this is called like the fact finding. So in the fact finding, most of the time, the second data is involved, like the macroeconomic data of Pakistan, CIS independence, that is the primary data. There is a second data. Global oil price trends, if you want to go through in the last 10 years, it is also secondary data. FDI in China, FDI in Pakistan, since last 10 years, it is also a secondary data. So these are the examples of the secondary data. And when you are going to collect the secondary data, in other terms, that means you are going to find the fact. Model building, you can build a statistical model or the graphical model based on your secondary data. Model building is about specifying relationship between the two or more variables. Definitely in your research, there may be some dependent variable, some independent variable, and moderator, mediators are there, and then you are going to pass to each other. Then you are going to path to each other. That means when you're going to give the path to each other, it is called a model. And then the model can range from very simple one involving the only two interrelated variable to complex one. Simple model like when there is a one dependent variable and one independent variable. Complex model when there are several that means variables are there. So now your model can be simple and can be complicated. The model can be mathematical model, statistical model, or graphical model, or the same model can be written in the words. So these are in this way you can, like this is the one model. Now this is a model, this is a quite complex model. Because in this one, several variables are there. Model building is about specifying relationship between two or more variables. So it means you are creating a relationship. Like the relationship in this one, like these path, these lines, these arrows, these are going to create a relationship among the independent variable. Like this is dependent variable, and this is a dependent. So here these are the different aspects of individual person. This is one aspect, and these are three aspects of the socio-cultural perception. So now these are the path. Here you are creating the relationship between the independent and the dependent variable, and these are the control variable. Like the three control variables are there: age, gender, education. So these arrows, they are going to create the relationship among the different factors. So now, for example, if uh, if this is only our factor, now, no, not this one. But for example, if this is the only where we want to check out the impact of the one variable on one another variable, this is a simple model. This is a simple model, and here are the just two variables are there. One is independent variable, and another is the dependent variable. So this path, this arrow is a path which shows the relationship between this variable and this variable. So now, this value, this relation arrow shows that this is the we want to check its impact on this on it. But if you reverse this arrow, then this will be independent variable and this will be dependent variable. And here we would like to check the impact of this variable on this variable. So now everything is about the pointation or the side of the arrow. So that thing we must consider in it. So now this whole one is like a complex model. It's not a simple model. And then classification of secondary data. So there are the two major sources of the data. One is an internal source. Internal source, I mean the sources of the data which are available within your organization. Like the data already existing within an organization. For example, data collected and stored by the various departments such as accounting, finance, and marketing. So all their data is here is available, although it's a secondary data, but it is stored in your organization. That's why we call it the internal source. Sometimes one unit in organization is unaware of the other units may be maintaining the data which may be relevant for it and undertake necessary and costly data collection. Sometimes unit in organization may be unaware that the other one is also maintaining some data or collecting or storing the data. It is also possible. And then another is your external source. So now internally you can also collect the secondary data if your organization is storing the data. I think every organization is storing data. Like in my university, Shabda University, there are different departments. Every department is there is collecting and storing the data. So now, as the same data can be used at a different time. So external sources are their data generated and are provided by the individual or entities in the other than the researchers, his or her own organization. That means, for example, if I'm working in the SALU, except from this organization, if any other organization is providing some data to me, it is external source. Now, an individual may provide to me, or as an entity or any other organization may provide me some data. There are many types of the external sources of data, like the books and professional journals are there, federal government sources are there, provincial publications are there, electronic and print media sources are there, commercials, internet, CDs. There is so many sources are there of collecting the data, internal as well as external sources. Now, these are the examples. Then the second data material, these are the different sources are from where you can collect your data, case file, film, like this one, TV programs, and all these are there. And then second data, as economies and business becomes increasingly global and outlook, so that does the need of second data from the other region is also in countries. Because one country is dependent on another country. It is reality. That means we are dependent on other. Our country is dependent on others. So we cannot live in the isolation. even though it's a COVID, and in the COVID, the medical practitioners, they are advising us that you should remain in the isolation, but the country cannot remain in isolation because sometimes we are exporting our product and sometimes we are importing our the product from the another countries. From this import and export are international trade. From this point of view, we are dependent on each other. So that's why if there is any type of the issue in the one country, its impact will also be the on us. Like for example, there was a war. That means there was a misunderstanding between the Pakistan and India. So now, whatever the relations are there, these relations are impacting on the trade between the India and Pakistan. The conditions which were there in the 90s in the Afghanistan, those are still have a negative impact on Pakistan. So now, if we will create a problem for another nation, definitely its impact will also be on us. So that's why sometimes we require their data to check out our that means what we can do in this condition. For example, annual data in some countries, okay, accuracy of data and then the definition, measurement, and the compatibility of the data may be difficult. So if we are going to collect the data from another country, so these issues may be there. For example, if we want to work on the interpret intention in China and Pakistan, so now we know about the Pakistan, but when we are going to collect the secondary data with regard to China, these issues may be there. Now, just about the particular variable on which we are working, the data from the Pakistan that is available, but on the same variable, the data may not be available in China. It is a problem. Accurate data may not be available, although we know in Pakistan the data is accurate, but data which we are collecting from the China, the same data may not be accurate. So these issues may occur. And then if you want to evaluate a second data, so these are the checks are there in your free time. You can like the overall suitability, precise suitability. Now this and then cost and benefit, and finally, do you think you can utilize this data or not? The source is available on this one, and you can go through. You can find out, read out all these questions, and whenever you want to use the secondary data, then you can ask these questions from yourself. In this way, you can evaluate the your second data sources. Data sources are they means authentic, accurate, original or not. For example, these are the sources are there. The different sources are there, and from any source you can collect the data. But once you have collected data, second thing is to check out either the source is authentic, reliable or not. And then these are the different sources of which are available in Pakistan. Bits Recorder, its link is here. If you go over there, you can find a lot of material on the second data, Forex, Pakistan. You can also Karachi Stock Exchange, Economist, State Bank of Pakistan, National Bank of Pakistan, and the Federal Ministry of Finance, Pakistan Federal Government, different various sources are available in Pakistan. If you want to, if you are interested in the second data which is on Pakistan, then these are different sources are there which you can go. And then this one is a very good website with which I want to introduce you. And this is the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. It provides you data free of the cost. Just you are required to go on there, download their data, and work on that one. I have written my 4 papers with the help of the GEM data because it is freely available at any time. You can download and then you can store your data in your and you can work on that one. For example, this is the data. These are the I have downloaded the data from this one 2008, 9, 11, 12 day. So from the 2008 to 2012, the Pakistan the data was also collected from the Pakistan. On behalf of the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor in Pakistan, IBA Karachi collected the data in Pakistan from the 2008 to 2013 or 12. And after that, when they stopped this practice, and nowadays from the 2014 to 2016, the data is not available on Pakistan in the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor. So now we have to depend on their data. And then, uh, okay, So this was all about today's this lecture, and now see, this is another data, like the secondary data which I downloaded from the Global Entrepreneurship Monitor, and that one. So now country and the weight numeric and the country, the codes are there, like the code number one is United States, like in this one. So in the 92, in the 92 is the dialing code. So with regard to dialing code, they have provided the like the hierarchy of the countries with the dialing code only. So 92 is Pakistan, 93 is Afghanistan. So all these are the values. They means these are the values are there, and these are the different variables are there which you can use. Like now, if you go through the different variables are there, that means more than 300 variables are there. So these are the data is there. In this way, the data will be. Now, it's very difficult to understand the data, and it's very difficult to find out your required data. For example, if you want to work on the China, then you can find out the Chinese data and then the variable which you work. So these are the different variables are there. So on which variable you want to work, then again you have to find out your relevant data. It's very much difficult to find out your relevant data from your this database. Although it is free, but again it's somewhat difficult to collect the data. So this was all about today's course. And then I want to inform you that tomorrow there will be no class because there are the certain there are the PhD seminar of my students, so I will be busy tomorrow over there. But on the Thursday, I will take you two classes. One class I will take you at the 11 a.m. and another class I will take you at the 1 p.m. So in this way, our quota for this week will be completed. So today, this chapter has been completed on the secondary data. I hope that you have learned somewhat. If you have any question, you can ask from me. So thank you very much for your time. Khuda Hafiz.